guys, thanks for checking out the channel. I wanted to put together a quick video kind of going through the process that we're in with upgrading junior golf equipment, kind of why we've decided to try this and some of the results that we've had. And maybe you might find this helpful if you're kind of getting into golf, or maybe you think you're at the stage where you want to invest in better equipment, because as you know, golf equipment does get expensive and there's not a ton of info out there on junior golf stuff, especially if you're just trying to go into the stores. You kind of have limited options. So if you've been following the channel, you know Eli. He's 10 years old, pretty good golfer, and he recently competed in drive, chip, and putt, where he did very well. You can see this video on our channel under the shorts. It says, "Can he win driving?" I can tell you we did not win driving, but he did drive the ball very well. But we noticed with some of the kids that he was competing with that they had actual adult-sized driver heads, 460cc driver heads. And we've kind of still been in that advanced level junior club market where the driver head isn't quite as big. I think it's 400cc. We can double check that in a moment. But I asked one of the fathers there, who I saw his kid had a stealth driver head on, a short shaft, kind of where he got it. And I didn't know if it was something where he just kind of cut down, maybe like a senior flex club, and just put like a junior size grip on it. But he turned me on to this website company, Flynn Golf, where you can order these custom shafts. And so I just want to kind of go through the differences between them and what we found so far and what we've done. So again, we competed in drive, chip, and putt, and we did well with the U.S. Kids Golf equipment that we have, the driver. And Eli's been gaming this driver for at least a year. And what he currently has been playing, if you go on their website, you'll see under the products, they've got kind of their ultralight, which is a beginner set, which I highly recommend, especially for beginners. But they also have this Tour series, and they also have this EP Tour, which says for elite. We've kind of been just kind of the next level clubs, which says advanced. So if you come to this Tour Series 5, let's see, I think if you just go down to type drivers, and Eli is 10, and he kind of falls right into this category between 51 to 54 inches. So this is a 420cc head with 16 degrees loft, and it's a 34-inch finish club. Like I said, he's been hitting it fine. I really didn't even considered possibly switching out any golf equipment for him until we saw kids his age that he was competing with using these 460cc head drivers. So I just wondered if maybe that was limiting us a little bit, or maybe he could hit it even further, or even possibly have a little bit more forgiveness with a bigger head. So we found Flynn Golf. And if you go on their website, Flynn Junior Golf, flynn-golf.com, under shafts, you're going to see ready to play. And if you scroll down, you'll see $89, their OEM driver shaft. And how this works is you can choose the type of driver head that you want to put it on. So if you can go maybe buy a used one, or obviously you can go buy a new one. But I had an old TaylorMade M3 driver head that I had upgraded from. That I figured was laying around, you might as well use it. So we chose the TaylorMade M1, M2, M3, M4 option. Now you might want to do your research. I'm pretty sure that adapter works on anything newer that's TaylorMade, going back as far as maybe even before the M1 series. But we chose that option. But do your research. I think that will it works with the Sims, the Stealth, the QI10. But just do your research on that. But we chose this option to be, like I said, I have the old M3 laying around. And as far as the length, I just went by what was on the U.S. Kids Finish Club length, so 34 inches. I just came over, and I got his a half-inch longer. And just because, he's grown a little bit and maybe lasts him a bit longer, and possibly maybe even gain a little swing speed with a longer shaft. Choose whatever color you want. I think we went with orange. Grip type, we just went with the basic Flynn black grip, but they do have other types and you can upgrade. But it is a junior sized grip, so you don't have to worry about it being too big or sitting funny in their hands. And then they had some questions, I'm assuming, to help you kind of maybe choose the stiffness or the flex of the shaft. Eli was hitting it, carrying it between 125 and 150, so we chose that option. I don't know his swing speed. Obviously, it's something we should probably look into, and I think we are going to do that soon after talking to someone at a local golf shop. But swing tempo, I just went with typical pace just because I don't know if I think he's got a pretty fast and quick swing, but, I don't know what that would be comparing to. So we just went with typical pace. And then the loft, we just went with the TaylorMade standard loft since I'm putting it in a TaylorMade head. $89. Got it within a week. I'll say the feedback that Eli's given me, and I'll show you a video in a moment on kind of a side-by-side comparison between his US Kids Golf Club and this TaylorMade M3 with this Flynn golf shaft. Hits them both very well. I was a little concerned with the TaylorMade head, though, and the only reason being I have this pretty much the identical one here, which is at 9.5 degrees, which is not a ton of loft, I think, for a junior golf club. I can max it out, I believe, up to 11.5, which is where I have it right now. But if you look at the US Kids Golf Club, you'll see it's at 16 degrees loft. And in some of the research I've done, I think most kids, especially at his age, are kind of playing no less, I believe, than like 13, 14 degrees of loft. So I'm possibly looking at getting a different head, maybe one that's 10.5 or 12 degrees that we could maybe bump up a little bit. Like I said, his feedback so far is that it feels heavier. Now, obviously, the driver head's just a little bit bigger, so there's probably a little bit more weight there. But, this head in particular has kind of got some movable weights, and how much heavier just the material is than what they use with the US Kids Golf equipment, I don't know. I can't say it's hindered his golf swing at all. He's actually is hitting it further right now, which with less loft, maybe that is to be expected in a slightly longer shaft. But as far as his swing speed, that's something we have to test. But I'm curious to know if we got maybe a 460cc head that was a little bit lighter, maybe even like a ladies, like I saw a ladies stealth club head for sale. The PGA Superstore had one used. I think that's going to be a little bit lighter and with a little bit more loft, because his launch is a little bit lower right now, which of course it's running out more, which is great, but sometimes you still want that carry as well. So we're kind of that in-between stage where we're kind of seeing if we can find the sweet spot. But I just wanted to show you guys that if you do want to try upgrading from maybe just a typical junior size set and with maybe a slightly smaller head, and you're thinking of trying an adult sized driver head, you can check out Flynn Golf and get a shaft that's kind of fit for your swing speed, your size. If you're unsure but you've got some US Kids Golf clubs that you've been using, you can come out and check the finished club length, and to give you an idea of what shaft you might want to consider. And like I said, just make sure you choose the tip, the adapter, based on what type of driver you're playing. But let me show you the results and how he's hitting them at the driving range, and we'll give you some feedback on the numbers as well. Here I'll show you in Final Cut Pro as we're kind of putting this video together. This first shot will be with his, I named it new, but this is his old driver, and this will be the new. So this is with the US Kids Club. Got a little shot tracer on it for you. So let's play this real quick. It's a nice little draw on this one, actually. So this one carried right about 150 yards, which is good. When he hits his driver well, that's about what he's at, is 150 yards. This will be with the Flynn shaft and the TaylorMade M3 head coming up next. That one had a slight fade on it, but that one actually carried, I'd say about 160. We have a 150 flag kind of right down at the bottom. That carried a little bit past that and then rolled out a ton, and possibly, having maybe a little lower ball flight with the decreased loft in it. So we've been gaming this club a little bit more, putting it in play the last couple days, and just want to show you some of the course footage as well with it.
Good draw.
You'll see from those clips, he's hitting it well. We took it out on the course a couple times, and he does like it. We've gotten a little bit more carry, and we've definitely gotten more rollout, which is great. That second clip on that hole in particular, that was his first one. He's gotten over 200 yards, and that made him, happy and kind of got him a little excited to see, kind of what new equipment could potentially do when you're kind of starting to match things up a little bit better. I don't know that we're there yet, though. I think the ball flight is maybe a little too low, so I might try going back to the PGA Tour Superstore, and they had that Lady Stealth driver in a 12 degree, and from what I've researched, I believe it's pretty much same technology. It's just a tiny bit lighter, and I'm worried that the M3 head might be a little too heavy, so we're gonna try that. And the loft is going to be kind of in the middle between what we're gaming with this M3 and what he had with the US Kids Club. So that's what we're going to try. We'll post some results on that and see how it goes. But I just wanted to give you guys some info, what options you might have out there. Definitely check out Flynn Golf if you want to try a shaft and a driver head that you have laying around, or maybe a used one you want to go pick up. And see how it goes. You can compare it if you go to what your current clubs you're playing, whether it's US Kids or something different. If you go on their website, it might have the finished club length just to give you an idea on what to go by. But give it a shot. We'll keep you updated, and yeah, we'll go from there. Let us know if you have any questions, if there's any info I can possibly provide or help. I know there's not, like I said, there's not a ton of info out there, so we're just trying to help kind of spread some awareness, and again, just document this and keep the boys interested. That's the whole point of this channel, and hopefully we get some more junior golfers out there interested as well. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.